Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to fucking Live Talk 3, I guess. Uh, I was thinking we're gonna cover the supernatural stuff. We got the usual content bringer and view getter, Tao.
Yo, what's poppin'?
We got a new guy here, Datrix, if that's
What's
what you
hoppin'?
prefer. You prefer to be
My-
called that, right?
Proceed. Yes, please.
Yes, then I will use that.
Friend, man, I know him from way back, you know.
Yes,
He
Yeah.
my old homie, man.
yes,
Well, let's get
My
into
brother
it.
from another mother.
yes.
Yeah, let's get into it, man. Let's get into the supernatural.
Okay.
I think you should start because it's your show, you know.
Well,
Give us your
I guess.
viewpoints.
Okay, so the thing is, I believe in a lot of stuff. Of course, because humans exist, and
Yeah.
we had to be created by something, even if it was the Big Bang or God or whatever it was. I would say that that is supernatural. However we came to be is a supernatural way of birth, whatever. the
Why?
fuck. You know,
What makes us so special? What makes us so
Uh,
special that we have to be supernaturally born?
well, I mean,
Hmm.
look at the Earth, look at the world.
Yeah.
It had to come from somewhere. It just wasn't here, right? Because existence is a thing. And
What did a super Where did the supernatural thing that created us come from? You can always ask that question.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
what was
true.
before that? What was before that? How was God created? How was the creator of God created? How was the
I
you
know,
can just
you
keep
can-
asking that question and it's never gonna get you anywhere.
Yeah, you can never really know. But what I mean is that existence didn't have to exist, but it does. So that makes that part
Well,
supernatural.
What makes existence so special in your eyes? It's just
that I mean, we can see, we can hear, we can taste, we can feel.
Yeah, but
that-
that's all evolutionarily explained.
Yes, but of course it's explained.
You can
but-
see the progress of it, from just one single cell.
But the first cell ever living had life, and it could
Yeah.
probably feel, maybe see.
No, probably not.
No, it had the basic function that we have today, but
Yeah, it's like
ours is much more evolved.
Maybe.
it was like a single cell. You know what I'm saying? It's a single cell.
But why?
That's why the plankton is the closest related species to that first-celled species that coexisted before the humankind.
I have no idea about it, but what I'm saying is it was single cell, so it didn't have no brain, it was one cell. Imagine one cell in your body. That's
Yeah.
what the first creature was. And evolutionarily, that one little thing, evolved and evolved until it became us. And to say that we're super special or super important, because I don't see why. Like, what makes us so supernatural? What makes us so special?
Okay, first of all, taste, right?
Yeah.
You eat
what's
something.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. You can't program anything to have taste, right? You can't make a robot feel taste.
No, that's true.
If you think about taste and smell, it's pretty weird that it actually works.
It's,
Well, that's because of organic material.
Yes, but why do we have why do we have taste? Is it necessary?
Yes.
Why?
I want to taste my kebab pizza with the utmost spice.
But also, if you wouldn't, yeah, I know, of course, I wouldn't want to lose my taste. But if I was born without taste, I would never know taste, and it wouldn't be a problem, right?
yeah.
And
But what I'm saying is,
Also-
man, you don't understand, man. Technology and biology are different things, and we haven't gotten far enough in technology to catch up to life. Luckily, a lot of things
I don't-
taste in the natural world, and you can see the evolutionary benefit to it, because you don't want to eat something poisonous or rotten or disgusting. So evolutionarily, we've evolved to be like, that's that's disgusting.
Why do we need? I mean, no. Things that are poisonous could be really tasty, though. You don't know that.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
you-
that's also, but that's just taste. The by effects afterwards is what causes the poison. I know
Yes.
I know from my biology lessons that some part of the human no, not the human body, but some chemical product that we make actually tastes good, but they are super poisonous for us because we were built up in a specific way that these chemical products attack our biology.
Yeah, we're not perfect. That's another thing, man. We're not perfect. We're not perfectly created.
But
Yeah, that's-
however, I do know from a fact that there is a man deceased
Mhm.
that had the ability to, not the ability, but he was in a superhuman level that he could eat anything.
I know.
Do you know why?
Why?
Yeah, but that's the mutation, right?
Exactly.
That's the mutation. That happens.
Precisely. Mutation makes our biology different, and by
Yeah.
different, it can enhance certain aspects.
But in that
man
case,
that
it was
could-
detrimental. That was like it basically killed him. Like his entire
True,
fucking
yeah.
internal
He,
organs were like mangled. He had to like eat stuff all the time. He was like eating garbage. Like fucking, he was starving if he didn't eat like a bunch of shit. You know, I wouldn't want to do that.
Yeah.
nobody wants to.
Yeah, it's a horrible fate.
But what I'm
That's
saying.
why. That's why I always ask Franz, why the hell do you eat rotten cheese if it tastes good?
Yes.
It does make no sense.
Well, the thing is, if you
Okay.
don't have flavor, you could eat anything. The things you find disgusting could be eatable.
Well, yeah, but not if they're poisonous or rotten.
Yeah, but you
Or
wouldn't tell the
deceased.
difference, would you? Because you know you.
Well, your
Actually,
body would tell the
yes.
difference eventually. You would tell the difference eventually when you get sick
yes.
or you.
But
So,
like-
That's afterwards.
What
That's
I'm-
afterwards.
what
But
I'm-
we
what
have now.
What I'm saying
which is why
is,
taste is in place
what
to
I'm
stop that
saying
from happening.
is that there is a possibility that poisonous stuff are tasty. Some of them.
Yeah, but we're not perfect,
Yes, I know.
and it's not meant to protect us from everything, man.
Gentlemen, please, gentlemen, do tell that that we can actually distinguish poisonous mushrooms by the fact that we can see the shape of their skin. Not skin, but we can tell them from the outside.
Yes.
I have to take it in Swedish. Flugsvamp.
yes.
We know from a
Mhm,
fact
yeah.
that they have spots.
Yeah.
And we know from a fact that from the books, they warn us, they tell us the by-effects and why we shouldn't eat them.
Yeah,
It's for our own survival in one case, but it is also for our knowledge. And that's actually our most powerful weapon, which in fact is
Indeed.
our superpower.
yeah. But okay, let Elliot explain more reasons why he thinks something supernatural is
Okay,
happening.
while I do that, Tao, you got on Googling Flugsvamp in English, because I actually trying to remember what that was.
Man, my internet's shit, man. I ain't got time for this.
Okay, I was just curious.
I'll do it.
But
I'll
like,
do it.
okay, you know the mushrooms from Mario. Imagine those,
Yeah,
and they're super poisonous. That's what a
There-
Flugsvamp
there
is.
are poisonous mushrooms in Mario. In like
Yeah,
they were introduced
But-
in the Super Mario: The Lost Levels for the NES.
Yeah. yeah, but the normal mushrooms in Mario, they're also poisonous in real life.
Yes.
But that's beside the point.
Maybe Mario
How-
is the perfect being. He can't taste the flavor.
It's not about the flavor. It's about poison. That's
Yeah, if you can get poisonous by being a big boy, I would take that every day.
Yeah.
Oof.
Correct. Also,
I-
did you find an answer for what Flugsvamp is in English?
It's in the chat.
Oh,
yeah, fly agaric.
I've
I-
never heard that.
Ajaric? Nah, me neither.
Me neither. But I think it's because it's like, only grows in Sweden and like
Yeah,
places around here.
it should be a thing. Yeah. It's like, well, yeah. Okay, more on the supernatural stuff. So, yeah, I believe that. I mean, if we humans, we have a lot of. I mean, we can do that thing: taste, vision, and the one and the other thing.
Yeah, but it's all explained by evolution, and we already have
Yes.
the proof for
Do
this.
you know?
It's not
Do you know
supernatural at
why?
all.
Do you know why it's explained? Because the fucking Earth is overpopulated by humans, so it's not hard to research on that. But if fucking supernatural stuff things exist, and they're just fucking hidden away from us, there's a possibility that we have no research on it because it's fucking hard to find, not as common as people.
I also think that by the fact that we cannot see the flesh and blood of our own ancestors, we can't determine what's the difference between us. We
Well,
know.
I'm not saying we know everything. Like, you know, in the ocean, it's like we've only discovered like 10% of the, you know, creatures and stuff.
Yes.
True.
And
Like,
that
there's a lot of stuff we haven't seen, but that doesn't mean it's supernatural. You know what I'm saying?
okay, but Tao,
Super-
there's a lot of ocean. Ocean is all around the Earth, and they've discovered like 10% of that. So, in the ocean, sure, when you get deep enough, it's hard to discover new stuff, cause it's not easy being that deep down anymore. And should
Water pressure.
yes, it should result in there being hidden places, hidden things, creatures.
Well, something being hidden doesn't mean it's supernatural, though.
Well,
What do you count as supernatural? That's my question. What makes something supernatural?
something
eye.
that hasn't been seen. No, I can't say that because
Yeah, that makes no sense at all.
No,
Uh,
it's close.
something that fucking is something that a scientist would be unable to explain how it works.
But that's a lot of things. But that doesn't mean they're supernatural.
Well, I mean,
I would think supernatural is an explanation that is specific to
yeah.
a person.
Hey.
For-
Supernatural stuff is something that breaks our previous conceptions of reality. You know what I'm saying?
it breaks apart a little bit. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true. We have
Something that breaks apart our, you know, previous mold of reality.
yeah we. For example, I know from a fact that let's take an example. Luffy from One Piece.
Yeah.
Though his body is made out of pure gum, he can actually resist blows as if they were hurtful for the human body, generally.
Yeah.
But that should have made him also rigid if he had to walk. His
I know.
spine had to contort. He would be always limboing all the time if his spine is that soft.
Yeah.
But-
It doesn't make sense like that.
Yeah, but that's anime. It can make its own rules.
Yeah.
And that's what I think supernatural stuff is.
Yeah.
That it's a rule of its own, a league
Yeah.
of its own, even.
Yeah, I know. Like, it doesn't work in our previous conception of reality. It breaks
Precisely.
sense.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
We're on the same page.
while on the subject of anime and supernatural, let's say JoJo, not Stance, but Harmon. I believe that there is a possibility to learn something like Harmon. Something
Oh, you
like
mean
Harmon.
you mean specific breathing methods?
Yes, that.
They do actually do that. Teach that in yoga.
Yes.
For the
Yeah,
first part,
But they
in
don't give
yoga-
you superpowers, though. That's the
Mhm.
difference.
Well, like Haman and yoga, they trick the mind to think something differently. From for one part, when I look at JoJo, I sometimes see that the main character, each JoJo who used Haman, they become very confident when they use it.
Yes.
If I can't do that, but with yoga, I become much calmer when I do specific breathing methods, which makes pain and body motion much more natural.
Well, that's. I don't know. I can't comment on that.
It's actually something that is really interesting of how the human mind is. We have logic and rules applied to the whole world, but through our own minds, we can trick ourselves to feel like a superhuman because there's always simple methods that we haven't thought of before, like the breathing method I did during a yoga. But it's still not superhuman, though. That is something different.
Yeah.
Okay, well, like, I do agree with Zach here, man. Like, I think the human mind is amazing, and I believe in fantasy being an amazing expression of our own thoughts and, you know, stuff like that. I believe that ghosts exist in our minds, and I don't think we should take that away. You know what I'm saying? I don't think fantasy is wrong, but when you start, you know, conflating that with reality and start getting paranoid and start, you know, losing, you know, the difference between mind and reality, I think that's when it gets dangerous. I'm super imaginative. I imagine stuff all the time. Like, you know how you talked in the beginning. maybe it wasn't even in the video, but you talked about little people, trolls, ghosts.
Yeah.
I imagine those sort of things all the time, but I don't think they're real because I'm just using my imagination and I'm expressing my own thoughts in abstract ways. And I believe that's a beautiful thing,
Well, if
and I
we
believe in
It's a
that.
form of escapism. Just
Yeah,
shut off from reality and enjoy something that you want to.
if we would go
yeah.
back to the fucking like before the birth of Christ, and they would see a
If
television.
if
Ooh.
that's
If-
real,
i-
if that's real.
Yeah.
If
Well,
that's real.
well, yeah, but like, well, the next live talk is gonna be religion, boys.
That's
I'm
complicated.
reading religion. Why am I always forced to do more?
Okay, so
Like
the thing I was thinking
my
though is, at before like around, let's just say really long ago, if they would have seen a TV, they would have thought that that was supernatural.
yeah.
And the
Mhm.
thing is, just because we can't see something, but we can imagine it, like it's still a possibility for it. to be a
Yeah,
thing.
as if I can see the other color in the spectrum. If I evolve further faster than the normal human can,
Yeah.
that would be cool.
Yeah. Like there are a bunch of things we can't perceive. But science, you know what I'm saying? Science, it has like, found things out that our minds can't, just see for themselves. You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
Like
I just
science is a tool we use to find out about the world around us because our minds they aren't that, precise.
I just thought of something weird, by the way. It's like a
Okay.
Carl Pilkington experience theory.
Okay.
Huh?
You know how if you are fucking colorblind,
Yeah.
you only
Mhm.
see like black and white and maybe kind of grayish, right?
Dude, that's not at all like,
Well,
colorblind can just be like you see, red and green as sort of similar or something.
Okay.
It doesn't have to be that extreme.
If you're talking about very serious colorblind, then you're right with the black and
Yeah.
white stuff.
Yes.
But like,
okay.
don't conflate, serious color blindness with just being,
Okay.
light color blindness.
So if you're not colorblind, let's say you're like us three. I'm pretty sure neither
Yeah.
of us are.
Yeah.
We can see
Mm.
all colors. We think.
Yeah.
What if we aren't evolved to see black and white?
We
yet?
we aren't.
Well,
We-
We have to see black and white, but like what I'm saying is we
What-
have not evolved to see all the colors.
what I'm saying
There are
is
a bunch of
white and black are two
Yeah.
colors that we know. They're black and white.
Yeah.
But what
yeah,
if
they're
they
black and white.
what if they're two different colors? What if they're actually
No,
not
they
the
are
dark
black
one
and white.
and the white one? We can't know that. What if we just aren't evolved enough to see what the real nature yet?
Oh, that's what you're trying to say. See past the limited color spectrum that we see
Yes.
now. See this,
like-
Elliot. For now, we have a name for each color we have seen.
Yes.
For that is what our minds are limited to. Let evolution take us to this journey. Maybe not us, but probably our grandchildren.
Yes.
And when they do discover if there is a color beyond the black of what we see,
Mhm.
your theory could be right, but for the moment, it's gonna stay as a theory for a very long time.
Very long time. Yes.
Though it is, but we do know that there is more color from the fact that we are limited to our own color spectrum.
Yes. What I was thinking is, if you have that
are
serious
l-
case
like-
of colorblindness,
We are limited to our senses, but we know for a fact there are more colors on the spectrum that we can't see.
yeah.
Are animals with more complex eyes that can see more colors.
Let's theorize.
That's
I
a
would
fact.
say
That's not supernatural that we can't see all the colors. That's just a fact. Our eyes aren't complex enough.
well,
let's theorize.
Yeah.
I would say if you had green in 10 billion years in the future, I think that you would able to see through green, because in green screening, it's important that you have to have the color that the human has the least, and that's green. You can, so that it doesn't affect special effects, so that you can freely work on it.
yes.
Blue screen is a tricky one because there are some people who has blue eyes.
Yeah.
They always find a way around it, but green is a mixture of colors, and is the least color that we need for special effects. But blue is no mixture of a color yet, I think. But I would say that in 10,000 years in the future, I would say that we can, if we focus hard enough, we can see through it.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
A
maybe.
thin layer, though.
That's yeah.
for that far in the future, I imagine though that we have like, if we want to use green screen, we don't actually need a screen. We just need a camera, and it'll do the rest itself, because it can actually see beyond what's a human on the screen and what isn't.
True.
Yeah, we've already almost gotten to that point. I agree. 10,000 years are gonna be crazy. If we still survive, if global warming doesn't take us out, if like a volcano doesn't take
Well,
us
no,
out, if
you
a
know-
meteorite doesn't take us out,
Pe-
Or
supermoon
the
far
gravity of my
away doesn't take us
responsibility
out.
crushes me.
there are
yeah, exactly.
there are some way, like, people are experimenting with eternal life.
Yeah,
Are you against
Oh.
that or for it? Because I am for it.
I am against it.
I neither. I can't say anything. I just
No, here's
I just-
here's what I'm saying. If we get eternal life, guess who are gonna be able to afford that eternal life? The richest.
Oh shit.
It's instantly gonna become a super privileged things.
Yeah.
And like generational wealth, you know how it works right now where like a kid gets all the money. Now it's gonna be like one person can hoard a bunch of money for like forever because he has an infinite amount of life. It would fuck all the poor people over. It would create a total imbalance. It would be unfair, unjust, and just fucked up. I'm against it.
Well, they're also like, you guys know that they're actually they tried building up a fucking society, well, not a society, well, fucking houses on a planet. I don't know which planet it was.
We haven't reached the planet with any
I-
human yet.
No, they tried building something on. They dropped items off into space.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
I think wasn't it at Pluto or Mars? I can't remember.
It's gotta be Pluto. It's gotta be Mars. I mean, cause
Yeah, that's the
we
planet
have, you know.
closest to us.
It's because it fucking in the start, let's say early fucking something long ago, there wasn't people populating all of the land, right? They discovered new land. Which means now that the Earth has been discovered, why not go beyond that? I think that's what kind of trying to do. Build up life so that people can live beyond Earth.
True, but here's the other part. Earth is the most inhabitable planet for a human.
Yes.
They did. No, I don't think they did admit, but they did expect that 50 years in the future, we will start to run out of resources, probably longer than 50. But they had suggested that they would take resources from Mars to make Earth more habitable again, because at Mars there is water.
Yeah.
There is also, I think, a lot of metal product that we can make use of, because when we use iron, it has a limit until it is unusable, so that we can use more iron from the Mars, so that we can become what we call in science fiction a Type 1 people.
Yeah, we will have control of our star, right? Like all the
Yeah.
sun's power or something like that.
That's I think that's like 1 million years.
Yeah.
To harness the solar energy, that's like Halo-esque type of technology, you see.
Yeah, that's far. That's far.
That's really far, yeah.
Yeah.
We probably won't
But, like,
engage in
At
aliens
the
yet.
moment, we can't even take care of our own planet. Imagine taking care of
No.
a whole solar system. I think we should get our own shit together before we start,
Maybe actually, it's good that you brought that up. Maybe that's what they're actually trying to do. They're trying to fucking get rid of Earth.
No. Listen what I'm saying.
Whoa!
No.
Well,
No.
fucking
Listen here.
think about
No.
it. Think about it.
No,
I've thought-
no.
listen.
I live here.
Yeah, I know.
Okay,
but like,
shut the fuck.
what
Okay,
what
listen
if,
here.
boy,
you
shut the fuck up. Let me explain.
shut the fuck.
I was the one who started this conversation here. Let me finish. What I was saying was, what if, in like 200 years, maybe before that, the Earth will be so destroyed that it's just...
Mars is already so destroyed.
I
That's the
didn't
thing.
say Mars!
But what sort of planet would we
Dude,
go to?
I would... Fun! I'm joking. By the way, I'm
There
joking
is no
with...
planet in our solar system that.
Dude, I would live on a fucking
even close.
star. Just build one house on a star.
That would
We
get pretty
wouldn't-
hot, man. Bring your
Well-
sunscreen in that case, man. What the fuck?
Dude, we're all gonna be tanned as hell, you know?
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, our planet is the most habitable planet right now. If we can't fix our own planet, we can't fix any other planet. That's the thing.
Cavemen, they were the ones
Yeah.
who made it fucking livable on Earth, built houses and shit. They
What
didn't.
no,
Yes,
the Earth was already livable.
it was livable.
Animals already live here.
They were, but what I mean is with the technology we have now, we don't need to start taking care of a planet before we can make it livable.
Okay. Yeah.
Because that comes after a few years. A lot of years. Who's to say that we need cars on these planets? You can fucking... We're in fucking space, you know? You can fucking jump to infinity. Or is
Well. Well, if the human body becomes heavier, yes, that's probably possible, but I don't really support that last statement.
Yeah, I might be wrong, actually. But
But
whatever.
like, okay, what we're talking about right now is our planet, you know, losing its atmosphere and stuff. All the other planets in our solar system already have that problem. So unless we can't fix our own ozone layer, we're not going to be able to fix any other layer. You know what I'm saying? We're not going to be able to fix any other atmosphere if we can't fix our own, because it's the most habitable and most, you know, human friendly right now.
Yes, but we are overpopulated, and people
Yeah.
are fucking bad for not making things better for Earth. I lost my words.
Well,
I
you're
think
not
you
making
mean
it
that
much better.
serious.
Shut the fuck up, Elliot. I'm mad.
Why?
You don't do anything for the planet, man.
I do. I vape.
Listen, I know you, man. You don't give a shit about the planet.
I care about.
Your lifestyle doesn't at all like.
How do you know that?
I know you, man.
Name one statement where I have ever done something against nature.
Okay, like you're gonna be mad, but shut the fuck up. First of all, you eat meat. I'm gonna be real with you,
Oh
man.
my
I'm
god.
gonna be
You
real with you,
fucking
G. 16% of all global warming is caused by that industry.
Oh. You're
And you also drive the car a lot, right? You also use a bunch of electricity while you have your computer running the whole fucking night.
I do.
that uses
I
a
never
bunch of
turn
it-
off my computer.
Yeah, and that takes a bunch of electricity and a bunch of power. And you know, some sources of power aren't that friendly for the environment. I'm just telling you. Your lifestyle, I just hate this mindset that people are like, man, it sucks how humans are treating the planet, and then you don't do anything better about it, you know?
I am doing
You
things
don't
better
take any
compared to
initiative.
the
You don't take
companies
any
that
initiative.
are-
No one does.
Let's calm down here at the moment. I would say that from the fact that Elliot has brought up supernatural stuff, I think that this is a very fun conversation. That now we are talking about
Yeah.
planets and
guess.
and
Global warming.
Well,
yeah, exactly.
Okay,
Yeah.
Tao, I am better because I just buy the products that the companies create. The companies are the shadows for making
Oh
them.
my
If they didn't make them, I
Dude.
wouldn't want them. If they didn't exist, there was
bitch!
no reason for me to
Oh
have
my
them.
god! Do you understand supply and demand? If you demand something, they will supply something. That is how the world
If it
works.
didn't exist, I wouldn't need it.
If you don't buy it, they won't make it. You fucking
That's
retard.
not, dude.
I
You
know
haven't
it's supposed to-
okay, we have like
know this.
more than half of the population. 25% of fucking humans are probably vegetarians, and they haven't stopped killing animals.
Gentlemen,
What? That's
I think that
super overstatement, man. That's far
I
from
think
the
that
truth.
this conversation has become very personal.
Nah.
I think that this warm-up session has gave us a little insight what we should say next.
Well, we're
um,
just memeing at this point. We're just memeing. here,
yeah,
but, you
I
know.
can see that.
What I'm saying is, if you care about the planet, that's fine, but you should take action. If you just say, I care about the planet, that doesn't change shit. If you're like, man, humans are so fucked up, we just destroy... Man, take some initiative. That's what I'm... Anyone listening, take initiative. You don't even have to go vegetarian. That's just one way to do it. Just think about nature more. Think about how you're affecting the climate. Think about how you're affecting the world we live in. And if you want, you know, your grandkids to be able to live in a world that, you know, has breathable atmosphere, you know, I'm just saying, take initiative. You can't
As
just hold it off and blame other people. You have to take initiative.
as I said, the world. You say the world. It isn't necessary for us to live on this world. We can live in another
But
fucking
Other
planet.
planets are already fucked up. They already
For
have
now,
no
for
breathable.
now.
But if we can't terraform a planet, we can't terraform any other planet. If we
How
can't
do
fix
you know
their,
that? Okay.
if we can't fix their atmosphere, how should we? If we can't fix our own atmosphere, how are we going to fix their atmosphere? That's what I'm saying.
Tao, do you
Tell me that.
do you think that everything necessary for a human being has been invented right now?
No.
You don't think
But
so?
yeah, like everything necessary, yeah, but not like.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
like, I promise you, 25 years into the future, they will look back at us and look at us like cavemen. We were living like fucking
I don't-
disgusting people compared to how
I
they're living
don't
now.
look back at people at any age.
You
like
don't. You don't look at the
disgusting,
cavemen and think like, oh, those
No.
fuckers had to have a boring
No,
life.
I'm like, they didn't have as developed, technology. They were still as smart. They were still as, adaptable.
No,
They just
that's
didn't
not-
have. They didn't have the generations of technology, knowledge that's been passed down through generations that we have. Our brains aren't smarter. We
It's
get taught more because we have more knowledge passed down. And more
Gentlemen,
technology already built.
so Tao.
Could I recall what we started out with this conversation with?
Supernatural.
Yes, I think that now that we have come to a conclusion that knowledge and the aid of technology has been our greatest superpower. Would
Yeah.
everyone agree?
I would
Yeah,
agree.
I would agree. But also
I would
think
say
fantasy
that
is important. Imagination.
I would say thank you everybody for at least listening to this conversation
Yes.
with us three dudes, and I
Yeah.
bid you farewell and have a nice day.
I
Have a nice
agree.
day, man.
Have a nice day, dudes.